What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to take you through a full day of eating on my rest day calories. Now the reason today I'm taking you through a rest day is just to show you how much food I'm actually eating at the moment. Currently I'm eating 3100 calories on a rest day and 3500 on a training day. So today I'm going to show you how much more food I'm eating compared to when I was eating a lot less, and in one of my previous videos it would have shown you how much food I was eating. So now that we have so much more food, I'm able to basically feel a lot better and burn a lot more calories, because for the past month and a half now, with me eating this amount of food, my weight has been more or less the same, and because of this it is just making life so much easier for me. So with the increased food, the plan is to continue this on for another couple of weeks and then cut down the rest of the body fat that I had on me, what we were trying to lose at the end of last year. So for the last 2 months I've now been in a mini bulk phase as such, and this has just been allowing me to get everything back to normalization, so that when we go in to make changes they can be a lot more predictable. The goal is to still bulk this year and put on some serious mass, but for the meantime our goal is just to get this body fat off, and then we can do that long term. I've been able to stay a lot leaner as well from photos that you'll have been able to see over my social media, so if you haven't seen them, be sure to follow me and make sure that you're subscribing to this video too as well. So if you haven't already, as I just said, please be sure to sit back, relax and enjoy the video. So meal one for the day is here. We have 2 whole eggs, 200 mils of egg whites and 2 slices of sourdough. I've also added on some ketchup onto the top, but the big thing about my ketchup that I've changed this year is that I went to reduced fat or reduced salt ketchup. Now this is something that I didn't think that I would do, but it has definitely helped me massively, being able to keep it in my diet and keep moving forward. And you have to remember as well, as C-Bum would say, ketchup is life. So if you don't have it on your eggs, then there's a 50% likely chance that the gains that you're making in the gym are going to be lost because you're not having red sauce to make sure that you're getting your calories in. So this is meal one. I'm going to eat this now. There is a total of, I think, 500 calories in this. I'll put the calories on the screen for you just to let you know, and then from this we can go from there. But this is going to be meal one, and I'm going to have a busy day with getting work done, so I'm going to probably have to meal prep some of the next few meals for myself. So I've just finished the work block up there, which lasted for, I would say, probably the last 3 hours. So we've got that finished now, and we're on to meal 2 of the day, which is some turkey burgers, rice and veg. I will add some sauce to this again, and then I'll probably have a can of Monster with this. So this will be the next meal now. I do have to say I have been loving the turkey burgers recently, and with the turkey burgers they have been seasoned in like a peri-peri seasoning or something, so it's very nice to have, and it's just an easy way to get in the extra calories that we need. So with today we'll have 5 meals still, so there's another 3 to go, and we're currently sitting at 2 o'clock, so we're going to have to probably space the meals a little bit closer together for the rest of the day to make sure that we get them all in. So we have our next meal of the day, which is a bagel with some jam on it, some frozen fruit, a yogurt and some honey on the top. So this will keep me going for, I'd say, probably about another hour before we get our next meal. And in the meantime, when I'm doing that, I'll probably start building this Lego that I picked up today. I'm starting to get a bit of a collection of them, and the idea is to try and build the whole Formula 1 collection. I've already got the Red Bull car done, so now we're on to the McLaren and we'll go from there. So that'll probably be something that I'll end up doing tonight, but we'll go from there and we'll see how we get on. So we're on to the second last meal of the day, and we have a bowl of cream of rice here. So we have 100 grams of cream of rice, we have 50 grams of strawberries, and we have 20 grams of blueberries with 20 grams of dark chocolate, and along the top white chocolate hazelnut protein. Now the one thing that I'm finding quite interesting about my food at the moment is that I'm actually really hungry after eating it all. Now obviously, because my metabolism is starting to fire again, things are a lot different, and it's just trying to get used to having more food but also not going overboard to not feel hungry. So this is normally a good way to kind of help with satiation for a little bit, but also at the same time to not go overboard with everything. So there is one more meal to eat. It is only 7 o'clock in the evening at the moment, so we've got plenty of time to get another meal into me. But one thing I have noticed, that if I can push my meals off a little bit, it does make it a little bit easier. But one thing for sure, eating 3,500 calories or 3,100 calories on a daily basis, I'm now starting to feel hungry again, which is good because we can then push the calories up nice and high before we start to cut down. So hopefully that when I'm at these calories next time, then my body will be in a deficit just because of the weight that I'll be at, which will make it easier for cutting next time, so we won't have to go down to somewhere as low as 1,700 calories again. So it's currently 8:45 and we have dinner here. We have some beef mince, 180 grams, we have 125 grams of rice, and we have some mixed veg here of peas, broccoli and some cabbage with some sauce along the top. So this is my fifth and final meal of the day. I'm going to sit down and eat this now, and then we'll get this video finished up. So to end today's video, I want to talk to you about how obviously eating these lower calories is going to have an effect on me, and the things you can do to also make sure that with eating lower calories on a rest day that you can still get through it okay and not have too many issues. The first thing you need to remember is a rest day is allowing your body to recover from the work that you've done throughout the week. So the primary focus of the calories that you're eating on a rest day is to aid recovery and not give you energy. So you may feel a little bit more tired from this, and as a result of this, your calories should be lower, because on a rest day we're not going to be training, so we don't need the extra fuel that we do on a training day to make sure that we can get through the day. So some of the things I'm going to show you here is what you can do to make sure that you can stay fuller for longer or stay satiated, and make sure that you're just not going to feel hungry from kind of burning through all the food that you have. The first thing that you can do is making sure that you do some intermittent fasting. So with intermittent fasting, this basically means that you're going to take a long period of time from the last meal you eat before you eat again. A good way to think about this is doing maybe something like a 12-hour fast. So say on a Saturday night, for talk's sake, you finish eating at 9 o'clock. The best thing to do then is to go to the next day without eating until 9 a.m. again. Now for me that's quite early, and I could push this right through to 12, and for me sometimes I actually feel better not eating for longer periods of time. Doing this is also going to mean then that I can then have my meals in a closer space of time, which then means it's going to keep me fuller and it's going to help me out massively. One of the other major things that I do to make sure that I stay full throughout the day is drinking plenty of water. So for me, I'm trying to drink 5 litres of water on a daily basis. Doing this is going to make sure that I have something in my stomach, and it's going to make me feel fuller, so that when I add food in lower volumes, it's going to then take up more space because I have water in there as well. So it's going to make it feel like I've eaten more food than I actually have, and as a result of this, it just means that I'm not going to be going into the cupboards looking for quick and easy things to eat, which is going to then give me enough time to then cook my next meal without feeling super hungry, like I haven't eaten enough today, or I'm feeling really tired as well. On the basis of feeling really tired then, if I am, one thing that I would do is take a Monster. Now as you know, I love Monsters, and the thing about these as well is, yes, there's caffeine in them, but the whole idea behind them is to make sure that I can stay full. Caffeine is a natural appetite suppressant, so therefore this means that you're not going to be wanting to eat food when you're drinking maybe one of these or something else, and as a result, because of this, it just means that you're going to be able to get through the day without feeling super hungry. Now, a good way to get around this as well is if you're feeling hungry, you can go out for a walk or something like that, because it's going to take your mind off food. Most of the time when people are feeling hungry in the house is due to one of two things. You're either thirsty or you're just thinking about food, which is making you hungry, and this is going to be a reason why you're not going to possibly achieve the goals that you want to. And if you're looking to achieve a specific goal, putting maybe even one or two of these things into place, or even all three of them, might help you massively, because if you're able to put them into place, these are going to just build healthy habits to make sure that you aren't going to be going in needlessly eating when you don't need to, and as a result then it just means that you're going to possibly achieve the goals that you set out for yourself a little bit quicker than if you weren't doing some of these. Now, these are well-known things, and I'm just showing you what I do on a rest day to make sure that I'm being able to stay on track. Like you can see, the food volume that I was eating today wasn't as great as maybe something I've had in the past with the extra food that I was having while bulking. However, this is enough for me on a rest day at the moment. It is still quite high calories, so I can't complain too much. However guys, that is going to be the end of today's video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to share and subscribe, and I'm excited to see where the next thing is going to go, hopefully on the up, of course. But anyway, this is going to be the end of my rest day video on regards to the food that I was eating. I will do another video once I get calorie updates. I will be hoping to get some soon, and we can then make sure that we can continue in the right direction for what our goals are. So anyway guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. I do hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, goodbye.